Hello and welcome to the Android video for the Android applications for Coventry University. In this video I will be showing the 3 different applications that we were asked to make, how they work, a general overview of everything, and that's about it really. So the first one that we have is the Waiter app. What this allows the user to do is to add 3 different kinds of drinks to the order, and then it will give the total amount for each drink and then the total amount in pounds for how much the order costs. So here we can see we have an add water button which will add 1 water as well as £1 to the total order. We can remove the water, 0 and 0. You can do this as many times as you like. So 11, because water is £1. We can remove all that water, however we cannot go below 0. We can do the same for Coke. Coke is now 1, 1.5, remove the Coke, 0, 0. As you can see, we cannot go below 0, however we can go as high as we want. And for reference, Coke is £1.50. Beer is the final one, so we can add as many as we want, but we can never go below 0. And as you can see, 1, 0. And so that is the application for the contact for the Waiter app. If we go into the code, here we can see the graphical layout. Everything is a text view apart from water, Coke and beer because these are never updated. And then this is a quick overview of the actual main activity.xml. And if you go to main activity, here we can see the actual code running in the background. So what this does is on create it will change all the text views to actually what they need to be. And then the buttons have this line of code here, Android on click add water. This basically says that whenever the button's clicked, it will try and find the add water for add water button or the function that has been paired with it. Try and find another one here. Here remove beer, function on click remove beer. This is all the in the main activity, and here's the class that we can see. View. This basically just says when I'm called, execute this code, where we just add 1 water, add 1 to the total, and then it will update the text fields. Add Coke is the same but with Coke, and add alcohol or beer is the same but with beer, and then remove does a little if statement just to see if it's at 0. If it is, it won't do anything, otherwise it will just add 1 to the actual, it will remove 1, apologies, from the total. Does the same for Coke, and it does the same for beer. And that is the Waiter app. The next app that we have is the Weather app for it's the Weather app. What this application allows us to do is it connects us to the internet. Connects the users to the internet, tells them what they need to know. It tells them what they need to know about the location. So for this one I chose London, and so if I just quickly push this onto Android, Android will quickly update. So this is what the weather's like in London. It's raining, the humidity is 76, temperature is 281, that's not Celsius, and the pressure is 1009. The way that, well, I'll quickly go through the main activity. So it's just a bunch of text views, and the way that this one works is this has to connect to the internet. So first off, we have to look at the permissions that we give. We must have access to the internet through the permissions, so we just give these permissions here. And what this does is it basically will go through, make a new HTTP client, and it will attempt to connect to the website through this here. So we're telling it to look for the weather in London on the website, which has all the information on the page. So HTTP response, you see if you can get a response. If it can, it will convert the page information into the actual information itself here on post execute string result. So the result is the actual information on the website itself. And then I made another function called make JSON result. What this does is basically we just update all the information. The reason why we have to do it like this is because it has to work asynchronously with the actual website itself. Because if you have it in the main thread, which is what the CPU uses, the application is going to stop and it's going to wait for it to be able to connect to the internet, and if you're running on a fairly slow internet connection, it won't actually work because it will just be it'll wait for you to connect to the internet and then it will update all the information, which can frustrate the user occasionally. So we put it as an asynchronous task just to run alongside in another thread just to make sure that everything works. This wasn't in the lecture notes. This is all information that I had to find on my own. And all it does is it just passes the results from the web page into this, which is a JSON query, and then it just literally just pastes all the information into the text views here. And the final application that we have is the contact app. So what this does is it just uses a bunch of coded in contacts to actually in a list view so they can be updated automatically. All the user has to do is just go into the code, and then they can just click on whichever one they want. It will appear up at the bottom here, so it's bigger for the user to actually see the number. And all this does is it just does a list view and puts the information into there. Nothing too difficult, fairly easy to understand, fairly easy to use, and yeah, that's what I've generally gone for with this. In terms of data being passed along to the different ones, I think this one is definitely the most. The weather app is definitely the most interesting one to do that for, because it has to gather information from a different website. From a completely different website. I didn't make it at all. It was the free Open Weather app. Here, this is the information that it gathers. So, yeah, that's everything. I'll put a link in the description to the Dropbox and the GitHub for the applications if you want to have a look at them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.